Hey Ghoul Gang, and welcome to the Hot Ghouls Club. If you love true crime and creepy cases, click follow so you never miss an episode. As always, I'm your host, Jamie.
And I'm Tara.
I wish I had a long back. No, the high crack to low rise jeans or mid rise jeans ratio is fucking, it's assaulting to the people that are looking at my ass crack, and it's assaulting to me because I have to show people my ass crack, and I don't want to be that person. I didn't want to be that person.
Totally.
And then high rise jeans was out when we were growing up, so I was just bending over. My little ass crack was, every single one of my friends has told me that they've seen my ass crack.
I've never.
All throughout high school, because after high school was when the high-rise jeans finally came in and I could hide it. And it could go away where it belongs, behind the denim wall of secrecy.
I've never been more offended than when I look at myself in high-rise jeans in a mirror.
Really?
I would rather... I don't think I have ever really left the house.
Does it give me a front butt? Absolutely.
Yes. Like, why is that okay? It's literally hugging the curvature of my stomach.
But it's keeping me from getting a fucking indecent exposure. Fine. Okay, that's why I love it. That's why I will keep going back to her time and time again.
We agree to disagree on this one.
That's because you got low crack.
You got high crack.
Yeah.
We're two different cracked girlies.
And we're cracking back to the Hot Ghouls Club.
Welcome back.
I'm your host, Jamie.
I'm Tara.
And this is
Dateline.
I saw this picture that somebody
Dateline.
posted underneath Hosier's like TikTok of him singing on stage. And it's, Law and Order. It had that same exact font and everything. And it said raw and older.
Amazing.
I cackled and immediately went to this other book club that I just joined and changed their photo. I don't know half those girls.
What book club?
I would say 90%.
Fucking talking about.
Do you want to come? You should come.
Who's in it? Who's your connection?
So it's Lindsay's book club.
Oh.
So it's Lindsay, Ketley, and me and Alyssa, and then all the other girls that are in it we don't know.
What book are you reading right now?
We just read My Darling Mayhem.
Wait, so is this like smut books? Are you in a
Only
smut
book?
Are you fucking?
Do you
want to
come with
now?
me?
Wait, are you guys kidding me? How long has this been going on behind my back?
Fair, okay. It's just started. It is brand new. Okay, we haven't been doing it for long. It's only been a few weeks. This was the first book club meeting that I'm going to.
Okay. Thin ice
and
now.
I was invited to it.
You had established before you invite.
Yes.
I mean, that's what
But
like,
no,
we
do you wanna
literally
come?
just had a conversation about like the serial killer smut book that we're reading for our book club.
Yes. That
And
we
how
read. You have to. You're
I
catching up.
literally read it in a night.
Mm. So this one, you should join this book club because they're only strictly smut, which is the funny part of it all.
He's hitting Ralph.
He likes to do that. That's okay then.
He was like crying and laughing maniacally like a few minutes ago, and I couldn't tell what was going on.
He's going through emotions right now. He's hitting the big emotions, and it's been a hard day.
I bet that's like pissing him off.
What he does?
When he's going, I love you.
Yes.
He's like, if you don't shut up. It's like the perfect
thing, Dad. Say one more
Say
fucking
I
thing.
love you.
Say it again.
One more time. Aw.
He's all excited. Now he's happy.
He's so cute.
He's a good baby.
Well, last night Kevin's like, do you want me to drive you? And I'm like, no. He's like, well, I have stuff to do. He's like, is there a quiet place I could sit? I'm like, no, you can sit in the living room and Archer will be naked and he's going to be having the time of his life and Ralph will be half naked. Like his shirt will be off and he'll be yelling at his video games.
Kevin, come by. We're fine.
He's like, okay, maybe not. I'm like, you'd actually probably would have a lot of fun with Archer. He would be so excited.
That'd be so funny.
He'd be like telling him everything that's on the TV.
Yeah. I mean, if he ever wants to come over, like you guys have something going on, totally fine. But yeah, my son will be 100% naked. We're just going through the potty training thing, and that's the most.
And he's doing a phenomenal job.
He's doing a good job. Mm-hmm. He fucking legs up on that shit every single time.
Yeah, he's unique in his strategy, but I think it's going to make him just more of a well-rounded person.
I don't know where he learned that from because obviously none of us
it's
taught him the leg up thing.
I don't know. That's
a safe
that's
place.
out for the
That's
jury
his
to
sturdy.
decide.
That's how he gets there.
It's just sturdy. Yeah, he needs balance.
He does.
He needs balance, and I get that.
Yeah.
Well, it has been a crazy month. It is. Wait, did you notice how crazy windy it is outside? It's
Yeah.
like a fucking
I had to put
twister
garbage
out there.
out there. It was crazy. I know.
I'm sorry, what?
So it's because somebody hurt his freaking back.
Oh, this bullshit again?
I know. He's just milking it.
He's joking, right?
Milking it.
He's crazy.
So I was like, okay,
with
I'll
this.
just do this. I was going to ask him, but then I was like, no, I'll just do it.
Wait, he's meal prepping and he's not even working.
I know.
That's crazy.
I know.
He has all day to make his food every day.
I know. I know.
Amazing.
I just I don't know.
You got to stay in your routine, you know?
Yes.
You have to stay in your routine or you get rusty.
Mm-hmm.
You got to stay high and tight. High and tight.
That's amazing. High and tight.
High and
All
tight.
right. So let's get into it.
Let's get a little serious
Let's
here.
get a little serious. Let's get a little into her. We are going to be bringing you guys another fun, another spooky, another different type of episode.
Mm-hmm.
And today's episode, we're going to be diving into the FAE realm.
FAE.
So a lot of people know the FAE as fairies and shit like that, as Tinkerbell or these little cutesy little things, or if you've been reading Romantasy, Bat Boys. I love a Bat Boy. But the FAE that we're going to be talking about is a little bit more sinister, I guess you could say. A little bit more ooky spooky.
A little more rock and roll. No, I'm just kidding.
The way we I love that.
Yeah, I'm not. So Jamie's going to be educating all of us on the history of the FAE.
Yes.
And I also feel like, just while doing research too, sometimes you have to go with FAE instead of fairy.
Yeah.
Isn't that interesting?
FAE it is interesting. And I think a lot of it has to I don't know if it's the spelling of it all.
Yeah,
because
I feel cairy's more cutesy. And
yes. FAE covers more. I feel a broad range.
FAE is the, you know how there's a species and there's something above the species.
Yes.
FAE is above, and then fairy is
jaguar
a species.
is a mammal.
Yeah. Yes.
Fairy.
Whatever that's. Yeah. So fairy mammal. Mm-hmm. Jaguar fairy. No. FAE mammal.
FAE mammal. Yes.
Jaguar fairy.
Yes.
Yes. We're probably the smartest people in the internet.
Honestly, I can't. I'm so happy that we're getting more and more people following us.
Oh my God. Our intellect needs to reach the corners of the world.
Every single corner of the world.
Bingo.
Purple.
Boys. She did a video recently, Corinna, where she was talking about, because she has feet problems apparently, and she's talking about
now she's got feet problems.
She was talking about how her feet hurt so much and all this stuff, and then she was essentially she was saying she wished she didn't have feet, but then she shouldn't say that because there are people without feet and she should be grateful for her feet. It's crazy. It's amazing. I love it.
I love her. I do love her. The other one, the purple girl, is really funny too.
Who's the purple girl?
The one that I sent you. You're like, why do you keep sending me these?
Oh, yeah. I was like, who is this person? You're like, am I supposed to know her? You're like, she reminds me of Corinna. I'm like, oh my God. How dare you, my queen.
But the purple girl is a lot of fun. Brett and Alyssa are big on the purple girls. I wish I knew her name. I don't.
I'll look in our messages later.
Yeah, she's known for loving purple. And she just wants purple everything.
I'm turning into that book green.
Really?
No, I'm obsessed with
I love
chartreuse.
The green. Yes.
Puke
yes.
green. I love.
Yes, you had your nails.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. She knows me. Mm-hmm. She pays attention.
I do, and I listen, and I learn, and I love.
But yeah, I bought a comforter in that color.
Cute.
And I inquired about a bag on Poshmark. I didn't make an offer. I'm just doing my thing.
I'm really into so patterns have been my new fun thing recently.
Really?
And checkered. I know. I'm diving into the checker patterns. Tara has a beautiful checkered tumbler. Does it have a handle?
No.
Oh.
It's warped checkered.
It is warped checkered.
Let me tell you this. You want to know something crazy?
The enamel looks amazing.
I got this at like
Target?
TJ Maxx.
That was close.
Like over a year ago.
Huh?
This is my work water bottle. It like never leaves work. I brought it with me because I had therapy after work and I was like, I might get a little thirsty from talking.
Yeah.
And then it was still in my cart and I had water from today. So I was like, I'm going to bring water in for here because I'm going to be talking.
Yeah.
People at my job, 2 people, have taken photos of this
Because they love it.
for
It is
inspiration
cute.
for the design team. Yeah.
Really? It is fun. I do like.
I was like, I'm keeping this company afloat.
Literally. Single-handedly.
I'm like, my aesthetic is what we need.
Aesthetic and level-headedness to solve.
But I've been
problem
wanting
solve
to
people's
replace
issues.
this. I just cannot find anything I like more.
I would love that, but in like a green.
Stop. In a chartreuse with a neutral color and
You know
no
what color
cherries.
green specifically I've been really into?
Like a pale lime.
No, green. There's a pale wine. What'd you say?
Pale lime.
Oh, no.
You're like green. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, a lime's green.
I was like, wine. What? Do you have? No, it's what color is it? It's like viridian.
Oh,
Viridian.
ooh,
Is it viridian?
what is it?
R.
Viridian.
Viridian. Yes. Love.
That's a good color.
Obsessed with that color.
Had settled well.
It's nice on the eyes.
It is. It's easy to digest in a good way.
So let's digest this.
Yes. Let's digest this mess of the FAE.
Now that we've gone into another tangent, we're really good at that, if you guys didn't know. So tonight, we're talking about something that's way older than any haunting or urban legend that we've covered lately.
Okay.
It's something that's not just spooky, but if you get down into the bones of it all, it's downright eerie.
I love that.
And once we're done diving into it, it'll start to be the kind of thing that makes you second guess the rustle of leaves in your backyard or that weird circle of mushrooms that showed up overnight. And just to reiterate, we're going over the FAE. Now, most of us grew up calling them fairies like we were talking about, but if your brain immediately goes to Tinkerbell humans, these are all things that I kind of touched upon before, but I'm going to re-say. That's not what we're dealing with tonight. The FAE will be what we're talking about, and they are ancient, mysterious, and depending on who you ask, they might still be here living among us.
Yeah, no, totally. I mean, if they were here then, why aren't they here now?
Dude, I think they're totally here.
There's just so many people in this world. Overpopulated.
Absolutely. Gets rid of the mysticalness of it all.
There's no room for them to be mystical. And everybody's a liar.
Yeah.
So we don't trust what anybody says.
No.
Even though
God bless you.
even when they could be real.
Yes. T. So to get into the origins, because this is what I'm going to be going over for my part. I do have a backup case if we need it, but I'm going to focus mostly on this. So we'll start with the word fairy itself. It actually comes from the Old French fairy. So fairy being FAIRY.
Sounded exactly the same. Fairy.
Fairy.
There we go. There we go. Amazing. I'm gonna isolate that.
Fairy means enchantment or the realm of the fays. But the stories of the Fae go way back before that. They actually go into pre-Christian, Celtic, Gaelic, Norse, and even Germanic traditions. That sounded like a buzzword. Germanic sounds like a buzzword to me.
What is?
But a lot of their language sounds like buzzwords.
Their language doesn't sound anything like. There's nothing. There's nothing there.
Just angry.
It's just noises.
It's just noises. I'm German too, you guys, so I can say it.
She was born and raised in Germany. She moved here when she was 4. Oh, Ice didn't hear that.
So the oldest tales of the Fae, they weren't sweet or small, but they had some elemental forces. So some legends say that they were fallen angels cast aside out of heaven, but not evil enough to be sent to hell. So instead, they were doomed to dwell between the worlds. I found that interesting.
Oh.
Would you say lie?
No, lame. Like you're not good enough and you're not bad enough?
Yeah. Like you're not inherently evil, but you're like...
So you're a human?
I'm going to trip this person real quick.
I'm definitely going to laugh when they fall.
Right in their face, preferably,
Mm-hmm.
so they can see it. Um, Others have said that they are nature spirits too. So basically, they're living embodiments of forests, rivers, wind, and flame. But the most famous version, and honestly my favorite, as I was taught a lot about them when I visited, comes straight out of Ireland.
Oh, no.
Oh, I got you.
Wait, hold on.
Lubricate. Give it a again.
No, yours
No.
is way better.
I'm so sorry.
No.
Oh,
I used to. Oh my God. That was beautiful.
thank you.
That was like a bird call.
Thank you. Thank
It
you.
was really good. Wait, I'm going to have to kill you and steal that somehow.
And her tongue
My
was
dream.
ripped out.
My dream name. My dream date.
And you knew it.
And you
Cute.
knew it. Cute.
So before the word fairy even existed, the Irish spoke of the Tuatha Dé Danann.
It sounded Hebrew.
It's the best I have.
So good. I wish I could speak Gaelic.
It actually sounds so beautiful. I've like so many.
I've never even heard it spoken.
You haven't? No, I'm sure you have. It sounds like a sounds like another language.
Does it? Well, I probably also, yeah, maybe I couldn't tell, but I don't think anyone in Ireland spoke. I was there. Not a one.
I swear to God, a bus driver, as soon as we got off the fucking airplane, spoke Gaelic at me and everybody else, because he was like,
That's the accent.
and I was
sure.
like, what?
I'm 16.
Literally. What? Would you say? Wait.
We felt like that when we went to Belfast, because that's like not, it's Ireland, but not, I don't know, it's weird.
Yeah.
And their accent was fucking insane. We did the black cab tour. When I tell you, like, he started talking, we all went, like, immediately looked at each other like, what? It was like, it was a thick
This is an act.
accent.
This is a bit.
With literally a bubble in his throat.
Ooh, that's terrible.
It was crazy.
That's
I was
like, rewind it. I'm gonna
subtitled. Wait, hold on.
Can you please pretend to be American? Because I think I could get that better.
Spell every word you say.
Do you know sign? Do you?
Santa.
Santa.
That's all I know.
Why was that the one thing? Dude, I literally went ABC and you're like SANTA.
I sang, like, we did a song like that in like first grade or something. At like
It stuck with you.
At like a holiday assembly, and we had to do Santa, but in sign, and that's the only one. SANTA. SANT. I don't even know if that's true. SANTA. Oh yeah, it's NTA.
Yeah.
That's it.
Love that. And these beings.
I'm so sorry.
Back into it. Sorry. So the beings from Ireland, the Tuatha Dé Danann.
Sounded Egyptian. I don't know.
It's
so
getting
good.
worse every single time I say it.
I was like, we're cracking each other up like too much right now. Okay. Okay.
So anyways. And these beings from Ireland, they weren't tiny.
It's like the freaking roller coaster one all over again.
I just looked over at you and you like basically.
I can't look at you. I can't.
Okay. So they weren't tiny and they were not delicate. They were basically gods. Which, yeah, they don't fuck around with their fairy lore over there.
Okay, yeah. They're like, you gonna fear something.
You gonna fear something today and put the fear right in you. So they are still very much treasured within the Irish culture today, which is what I literally just said. And they're described as tall, radiant beings of immense beauty and power. They arrived apparently in Ireland on a shrouded in mist. And some accounts say that they came from the sky in dark clouds, bringing storms with them. Others claim that they arrived in shining ships that vanished the moment they landed. So they have so many different stories depending on who you ask on how exactly the fairies got there. Mm-hmm. But with them, they brought music, they brought art, they brought knowledge, and everything that was made to make the world feel enchanted. And for centuries, they ruled Ireland in peace until the humans came. Wow, wow.
Okay. Who were they ruling? Each other? The animals?
Why are you sticking up for humans? We fucking suck.
Excuse me.
So when the Malaysians, which are ancestors of humankind,
Okay.
when they arrived, they fought a great war. And in that battle, the Tuatha Dé Danann
Why is that so funny? I can't. You're so amazing. I can't.
they were defeated at the end of the day.
Wait, oh, by the Malaysians?
Yeah, the
Oh,
Malaysians.
wow. Okay.
Malaysians, well, which is crazy to me. Like, if these big giant things
They're
got
gods.
fucked up by Malaysians that didn't even have like
Oh.
nuclear weaponry.
Well, I also just remembered the Giant's Causeway, too, in Ireland.
Yeah.
Well, like, is that from the giant fairies?
Could be. I didn't dive deep. I don't know too much. I can't remember too much. To be so honest with you, I don't even know what the giant walkway is. What are you talking about?
The Giant's Causeway in Ireland. You didn't visit it?
Oh, maybe.
It's it's like on the water, and it's okay. I don't know what's happening right now. I'm having like an attack. It has like these giant rocks that like they like are essentially saying like giants' footsteps made those.
Oh fuck! I didn't go there.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
I
mean, we were there for a few minutes.
Was that on the South Shore? We didn't get to go to the South Shore.
No, I couldn't tell you at all.
Ass.
I just know, like, I had already fought with my dad at this point. It was close to the end of the trip.
I was already real fucking pissed when I got there.
Yeah, it was. It was time for the trip to end for sure.
Yeah.
We did Belfast that day too, so it must have been north.
Oh, we didn't go north either. We were literally
North or south.
We just went west and east. That was it. That was the only places. West. We only did our west. So could have been. So instead of being destroyed, they led to Tuatha Dé Danann. They were said to have retreated beneath the earth. When they descended into the hills and the caves, the ancient mounds, they slipped from our world into another one entirely. And that's when they became known as the Ishi, which is the people of the mounds. And those mounds still exist all over Ireland today. If you've ever driven through the countryside, you've probably seen them. They're these perfectly rounded hills with a single hawthorn tree standing guard on top. And if you ask anyone who lives nearby, they'll tell you you do not mess with these trees. You don't cut them down, you don't camp beneath them, and you don't even point at them. Because those aren't just trees, they're fairy forts.
Oh, you can't even point at them?
No, you can't even acknowledge them.
That's
you keep on looking, eyes down, Pookie.
Fairies are toxic.
They are toxic. I do love that about them. So they're otherworld.
They're like the feral, like, things of the fantasy world.
I know, it's so much fun. I'm reading the Night and the Moth right now.
Okay,
so fucking good.
It's fairy.
It's like all
Fae.
of that kind of stuff. It's like humans and gargoyles and these little fairy sprites, and like it's funny and like serious, not really serious, but it's like, you know, it has like kind of like a perilous undertone to it. You're like, oh my god, this person, they're going through something, and blah blah blah. I don't know, it's like a lot of fun, and I think there might be like a sex scene in there waiting for me somewhere. The love interest build up.
Okay. I was like, oh, she's reading like a, you know, not a smut. What is wrong with me? Is that for the book club?
These days. No, this is just for fun.
Oh, how many books are you reading right now?
I finished. Well, our book club, I had already read that book, and that's why I chose that book, because I didn't want to read something extra.
That's so smart.
I know.
You're a smart gal.
I am. And then so I already read the other book club book, and now I'm reading this one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
So, right. So they're not just fairy forts. And I'm also not kidding when I say that this belief still runs deep. So in 1999, an Irish highway construction project was actually rerouted because the locals refused to let a fairy tree be destroyed. Like, it got that serious. They're like, no, you're gonna have to find another way.
Oh my god. Find another way.
Here they would be like, you go fuck yourself. I'm putting my highway right there in that tree.
Like that could human could be living in that.
I'm going to shit on that tree and then put my highway on there.
You could be chained to that tree. They're still going to cut it down.
I'm going to get to that tree. So even massive companies wouldn't risk the bad luck. So they obviously follow what the people said. And they probably already had their own apprehension about it. And they decided to reroute. So an even funner fact is that the Ishi, they're said to emerge during Samhain, what we know now as Halloween.
Oh!
Yes! And that's when the veil between the worlds is at its thinnest. So people used to leave, and they might still leave offerings of milk, honey, or bits of bread outside their doors. This was not done out of worship, but out of respect, which I kind of love that little fact.
Yes.
It was with the understanding of the act being simple, that we stay in our world, they stay in theirs.
Oh.
I guess I like their world now. So basically, I think I do say this. But basically, I don't know if I do. If I do, I'll say it again. The worlds that they live in, the underworld, is like a parallel reality to our world.
Love.
Yeah.
Love.
It's probably much nicer. Please.
No, I want to say.
Just a little peek. A little peek. If I like it, then maybe move in. I have 2 extra. 2 extra people.
Yeah. We're just, yeah. Or this could be like your vacation home.
Yes. I can always come back to visit. I don't mind.
No, you go there to visit. You're like, Mommy's coming home for her monthly visit.
I'll see you. So to touch back on the descriptions of these beings, they are said to be hauntingly beautiful, that they're pale, luminous, and that their hair moves like smoke and their eyes shine like stars.
That's beautiful.
I know, very ethereal. So there's always been something off, though, with them, is that their smiles linger a little bit too long, that their movements don't quite match human rhythm, and that it's almost like they're trying to look like us, but they just can't. And what's it's that eerie familiarity, that almost human wrongness. It's what makes the Fae encounters so unsettling. And in Ireland, the Fae aren't just a myth. They're neighbors, they're hidden ones, and people talk about them in a way you'd expect people to talk about the weather. Something that's unpredictable, powerful, and best left alone. I do talk about it. Okay, so now all the ties back to what's called the otherworld, where I basically just said it's the Fae's realm. It's a mirror world that exists along ours, and has its own laws of time and nature. So this is a world where you can stumble into either through a fairy ring, an ancient mound, or a misty crossroads right at dusk. You couldn't ever catch me there.
What?
I'm sleeping. A misty crossroads right at dusk.
Dusk? Isn't that nighttime?
Oh, is it?
Yeah, dawn is the morning.
Oh, okay.
I'm like sleeping. It's like
dusk.
5.
I'm there then.
Dusk. We're going to get snatched. We're not even going to know. You know how foggy it is in Patchogue?
Is it right now?
Just all the time.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it gets foggy all the time.
Oh, that's fun.
I do love fog.
Yeah, that's like a good vibe. We don't really get fog over here. We get it on like on special days.
Except that one horrible fog from like 2017. You remember that? You remember that crazy fog?
When it was like complete, like, yeah, I do.
The guy that died? I drove in that fog at like 3 a.m.
I drove in that fog too. Drove home from work in that fog.
I drove home from hooking up with Kevin.
Let's go. That's a better reason.
Yeah, it was like 2, 3 a.m. I'm on the LA. I'm like, I can't see.
Mine was like 10 at night or something.
Shit.
Yeah, like 10.
I was like, this is crazy.
It was bad. It was so bad.
I was
remember
sleepy.
that. I was at Ulta.
I was coming from the same way.
Oh, really?
Because I was coming from Manitowoc. Yeah.
Yeah.
I made it home though.
It was bad. Me too. We lived. That was funny. And some even say that you can dream your way into it. Fun. But time doesn't work the same there. It's in the realm, it's a single night may equal 100 years in ours. People return. If they return, they're never quite the same. The story repeats itself across countless cultures, which makes you wonder if it's a coincidence or something that rings true. And something else I found interesting, especially since I've been reading a lot of fantasy books lately, is that in Scottish lore, the Fae are split into 2 main courts. So if you know, a court of Akatar. The Seelie court, which is the light Fae. They're usually associated with twilight, music, beauty, and they're still mischievous, but they're not cruel unless provoked. And then there's the unseelie court, which is the darker fae. They're the ones that travel in packs at night, bringing misfortune and sickness.
Oh. Rude.
Yeah, they're a little bit mean.
Yeah, I could tell.
And neither court in the Scottish lore of fairies is stronger or more powerful than the other. There's also many faces of fae. So now over time, the fae split into hundreds of forms, with cultures adopting lore, or somehow they just get incorporated into all these different cultures. So each region giving them a new name, a new shape, a new warning. And just to name a few, there's like the banshee. So it's a wailing woman. She's fae. The brownie, it's a spirit that helps chores unless offended. I must have offended that motherfucker ages ago. The puka, it's a another buzzword. A shapeshifter that can appear as a horse, a dog, or a goat. The red cap, who haunts
heard of that, yeah.
You've heard of that? Haunts ruined castles and dips his hat in the bloods of victims. A changeling, a fairy child swapped for a human baby. And last that I'm going to touch on is the selkie, which is which is a seal who sheds its skin to walk on land, but if its skin is stolen, it's trapped forever. And every culture has its version of these stories. I had so much spit in my mouth just then.
Drink it, girl.
And together they paint the fae as something neither good or evil, just ancient.
Okay.
So along with all the faces, there's also rules. I'll touch on those quickly, which is just you never say thank you. It's considered dismissive or almost insulting. You don't eat their food. Once you do, you belong to them. You want to avoid irons. It burns or repels fae. And you don't give your real name, as names are powers. There's also you never step into a fairy ring. I'm jumping into every single one I say. And you never accept a gift without knowing the price. There's always a price. And something that's also really wild is that people still encounter or report encounters with fae even to this day. So from 2014 to 2023, a researcher named Dr. Simon Young, he collected thousands of firsthand accounts, something called the fairy census. And people describe glowing humanoids, orbs of light, small shadowy figures darting through forests, and some saw faces in the frog, and some heard laughter in fields. But most of them said the same thing, which was the feeling was never evil, but it wasn't good either. It was just like different. It was just other. And what they represent, or what they really represent, which is where I'm going to end the lore section of all of this, is that I'll let the listener determine what they feel too. And that's the origin of the thing. What can be found at the heart of all the tales is that the fairy lore is about respect. It's about remembering that humans aren't the only ones here, that the fae are memory of the world before us, before cities, before noise, before light drowned out the stars, and that they are the whisper in the woods, the shimmer at the edge of your vision, and the presence that reminds you the wild still has power. Maybe they're real. Maybe they're just how we explain the parts of nature that refuse to be tamed, but either way, they're watching. So next time you see the perfect little ring and mushrooms in your yard, maybe don't step in it, or do. And just leave. Or just leave a little bread and honey. Say nothing and walk away.
What would you do? Jump right in.
Jump. Head first. Head first in it.
Well, kind of how you just ended it is like a perfect way for us to go into the like, it's more than one case, but it's like encounters with fae in a short period of time in the same area. So it's serial fae.
Love.
So, and it also, what's interesting about this, and it's in the U.S. And it's actually in the 1940s.
Oh.
And it's like just another kind of like interpretation of fae and fairy. It's like the little creatures of it that are also like, I've also known like growing up of fairies, even the little cute ones can be evil.
Yes.
So thank you, Jamie, for that. It was great to hear and like learn about all of that. I feel like I want to like go back to Ireland.
I know.
Be like, I'm Irish. I need to know.
Yes.
Because like it's something I could like
own a nice little leader to fill me in on all the tea.
Just all the tea. And then we're good.
Because they do. I remember going on like a random walk because there's like some lady left her business cards that she like said that she would take tourists on like walks of like a park in Dublin, a national park. I don't know.
Okay.
But so she did. We called her up. We were like, hey, babes, so are you free today? And she was like, yeah, meet me at this time. I was like, okay. First of all, we weren't smart 17-year-olds because we got right onto that little train, got right off of it, got right into some random lady's minivan, and just went to a walk.
I love that.
Mm-hmm.
That's how memories are made, Jamie.
It was amazing. I made best friends with her. Lexi and Alyssa would go on to joke that I ditched them for her. Well, but she had good shit. All right,
she was speaking
than them. She was fucking amazing with her knowledge.
Okay,
go ahead.
Again, thank you. That was great. I want to even dive deeper into my roots.
Yes,
obviously, I'm a descendant of FAE, evil FAE. So I'm going to take us across the pond to Glastonbury Mountain, Bennington County, Vermont.
Beautiful.
It was once a lodging hub in the late 1800s. Trees came down, sawmills went up. A small town existed briefly on the slopes, but then the industry dried up, the jobs left, and the people followed.
Oh, wow.
Today, what's left are just like collapsed cellar holes, railway scars dissolving into moss, and miles of forest that don't care to be mapped. The Abenaki people warned against this mountain long before the sawmills came.
The Appalachian people too?
Oh, it's Abenaki.
Abenaki of the Appalachian.
No, they're Native Americans.
Okay, never mind.
The Abenaki people warned against this mountain long before the sawmills came. They spoke of strange winds, voices that imitate, and little figures in the trees who lure travelers off the path.
Ooh.
Or off the path. I said that right. Later, settlers added their own versions. Don't whistle in those woods. The woods might whistle back. And between 1945 and 1950, 5 people, from a child to an elderly guide, vanished in or around this same region.
Wow.
Only one body was ever found, and that even refused to give answers. So we're going to talk briefly about each case.
Okay.
So case 1, 1945, it's Mitty Rivers. She's 74. Mitty Rivers was a hunting guide, 74 but experienced, leading a group near an area called Hell Hollow, a name that doesn't help with tourism. He walked ahead of the party, a common practice for guides. He rounded a bend. They followed. He was gone.
Oh my God.
Search teams combed the woods for days. No sign, no clothing, no dropped rifle, no blood. A full-grown man familiar with this land evaporated between 2 steps of a trail he walked every season. And that's his story. That's 1. Case 2. A Bennington College sophomore was last seen wearing a bright red coat. Her name is Paula Jean Weldon, age 18, and this is in 1946.
Paula Jean. I love a good Paula
She told her roommate she was going for a walk before dinner. She didn't bring a purse, money, extra clothing. You know what I mean? Nothing suspicious. Witnesses spotted her heading toward the long trail spur near Harbor Road, and that was on a Sunday. She would not return for Monday classes. The search exploded immediately. State police, heavy media coverage, psychic rumors, even the FBI. They dragged nearby ponds. They interviewed drifters. They printed leaflets. Nothing. Red became a motif. Locals would later refer to her as simply the girl in red. And it's a color that should be able to be found easier. Instead, it's like a ghost costume.
Yeah.
Case 3, 1949. So we have 45, 46, 49. James Tedford, 68. James Tedford was last seen sitting on a seat on a bus by at least 13 passengers. They could describe his hat, his overcoat, his position near the aisle. And between the last confirmed sighting and arrival, no stops were made. When the doors opened, his luggage was still there. His bus timetable was still folded in his pocket. His seat was still intended. He was not. There were no reports of a fall from the bus, no incident reports filled, no disturbances noted by the driver. In forensic terms, this is called a gap in narrative. In folklore terms, it's called a snatching.
Oh, wow.
Case 4.
Okay.
Paul Jepson, age 8, and this is 1950, a year later. 8 years old. Paul's mother was tending to pigs near a local dump area. She says he wandered off, not uncommon for a child that age, but he did not return. Tracking dogs picked up his scent and followed it to, once again, the long trail corridor that Paula Jean Weldon walked 4 years earlier at a point near a rocky clearing, and then the scent stopped. Not faded, stopped. Hard stop. Dog handlers will tell you that the water crossing confuses scent. Wind shears can lift human trail into trees. rock and temperature shifts disrupt tracking. They will also tell you that a sudden scent cutoff feels wrong.
Yeah.
And then the last case 5, which is 1950, is Frida Langer, age 53. She was hiking with her cousin near Glastonbury, and she slips into a shallow stream, nothing severe, and says she'll return to camp to change clothes. So she walks off alone. She does not come back. Over 400 people search the area, National Guard included, no trace for 6 months. And then her body is found lying in open ground in a field that had already been searched.
What?
Decomposition prevented cause of death. Either her remains were overlooked or they were moved there later. One option blames human error. The other suggests placement. Horrible.
Yeah.
So, there are obviously some like scientific answers for these disappearings. Obviously, that area has a hostile terrain.
Yeah.
It has unmapped shaft holes, leaf-covered pits, sudden weather drops that can cause hypothermia, and a very thick forest canopy that conceals the aerial searches, and then even the ground. It just makes it darker and harder to see.
Yeah.
And obviously search operations in the 1940s and 50s were much more disorganized than they are today. Bad communication, no real standardized grid system, volunteers wandering, all of that. And people can be, difficult to find during those times. But why fairy stories? I mean, some disappearances just feel really wrong in some way. And human logic explains how bodies stay hidden. It does not explain how a scent line ends abruptly. It doesn't explain Tedford's missing exit moment. It does not explain why Frida Langer appeared exactly where she wasn't before. So locals, with all of the, this is where these myths and everything come from. It comes from not just that situation, but all of the stuff that you were talking about. And coming from the Native Americans, like you're saying, it's in all areas, like fairies or these little mischievous creatures. Yeah. And I guess they don't always have to be little. They sometimes cause all this harm and destruction is what I've known fairies to be. And so that obviously not only harm, 5 people are gone, but it also, the town is confused. They're scared. They don't have any answers. Bodies aren't even being found, which I find crazy.
Yeah.
But I feel like national parks are where bodies don't get found.
Yeah, so true, because it's such a vast amount of area to have to explore, go over, and comb through. But it is when they have those very supernatural feeling endings, because you have all these accounts of people having seen them just a second ago, and obviously there's no plans for anything to have gone awry, or for somebody to say, oh, this person skipped out of town or whatever. And the end, the last place that they were seen is so dramatic almost. It's not a norm, you know what I mean? It's not her boyfriend and her were having this horrendous fight, and they've been having a torturous relationship. It's this one area, this one little tiny area.
This guy was doing a tour on a place he's done probably 100 times before.
Yeah. Walking the same path.
You don't know what he might have stumbled into. If it was a fairy circle, you don't even know. And
what's the explanation between the 8-year-old boy's footprints just halting, coming to a complete full stop? That's crazy. And then the number 2, the red shirt girl, her story is really cool, because her story has been very famous for the Northeast. A lot of people still claim to see her to this day.
It's probably a fairy disguised as her.
Maybe trying to lure in their next victim.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I don't think of fairies as maybe as much in the U.S.
I don't, because I don't think we're very mythical. But I think that comes with a lot of just the way it was taken over.
Yeah.
You lost a lot of that rich culture.
Infantilized or whatever it is, it made it more cutesy and not to be scared of them and such. Obviously, it's also
America's in the basis of every fairy story that Disney, or fairy movie story that Disney has done. You know what I mean? It's always somewhere where you see these castles and you see these hilltops and these we just don't really have that here.
I also feel fairies were probably used a lot in Irish culture for not discipline, but you know what I mean? How Krampus is used in Germany, I think it is so kids behave near Christmas.
I feel it has to do a big the Norse culture too, or the Norse religion. I don't know exactly what you would call that, but like the Norse ideology, I guess I could say, that like how they have like all these different gods, and like how it was like a very big belief system in Vikings, and how Vikings, you know, they took over a lot of like Scandinavia, Ireland, maybe Scotland, but a lot of that like whole coastal area. So like a lot of their ideologies kind of followed through with when they took over.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like maybe it could come from, because they have a lot of fun gods up in there. They got a lot of fun stories up in there.
They do.
And they were very like superstitious people. Like everything
they
was
were.
a
Okay.
sign. Everything was like they literally read into every little thing.
Oh, that's exhausting.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't do that. My mind would be even more mushy than it is now.
But I do love that they had such big convictions for, and then they got to choose like who they wanted as like their representative, their HR.
In what way?
Because they have so many different gods. So like you say, I want Freya, or like I want Thor,
like
or
who they
want,
subscribe to a little
yeah,
bit more.
who they subscribe to, and
Love
like
that.
somebody's
No,
like, oh, you subscribe to them, I subscribe to XYZ.
Yeah. No, I wish that multi-god was more
Makes sense
prevalent
to me. It
in
just makes sense.
Me too. I feel like I don't believe in God or subscribe to a religion, but if there was,
that would be the one.
multiples,
Same,
multiples. You know what I mean? Not one.
No, because like the happenstance of it all is annoying to me.
Yeah, like Greek mythology, 10 out of 10.
Yes.
Exactly how I would expect gods to behave.
Yes.
A wild and out of control.
Yes. And like they deserve everything in the world.
Right. And bad things happen because they don't care.
Yes. Exactly.
They could stop it.
But
they're
just,
like,
they're busy.
You
they're
gotta
like
do your own
enjoying,
thing. I gotta
they're
see what
enjoying
you
their
do.
night. They had a
And I'm gonna go fuck my sister.
That's crazy. That's the crazy part. I don't know if I can get necessarily behind that part of the
when they're so gorgeous.
It's a little bit too Greek.
You know what I mean?
If they're so
It's a little too Greek for me.
But yeah, there's and I love that there's so many different stories, like different
Well, there's different types. Like there's obviously vanishings, but then there's other like scenarios.
Yes, different scenarios. So it affects the person so differently depending on how they like happen upon.
And it's also like the
realm.
people around them, because the one case that I really was looking into, but I want to read the book, is Bridget Cleary.
Yeah,
that we kind of talked about.
I could have sworn that we talked about it somewhere. Like I literally vividly remember you saying, and it was the man, right? Because it was her husband that, or you were saying, of course it was the man that did it because the husband ended up lighting her on fire. I don't know. I lost it already. But it's been bothering me because I really thought that we'd like covered something like this. But I don't think we did. So I'm going to continue on with the Irish theme of it all. And we're going to take a little trip into the Irish countryside. The kind of place where the mist never really lifts and the stories, they never really die. So tonight I want to talk about a story that's been something whispered about for generations, passed down and used as a warning. It's known in some old Malacite in Irish circles as the story of Henrietta's uncle. And it's one of those tales that make you question what's real and what's FAE. So here's what's said to have happened. Henrietta was a quiet woman. She was living near the west coast in Ireland in the early 1900s. And one day she went to visit her great uncle, Robert. He lived alone, tucked away in a small plot of land bordered by thick ancient woods. And Henrietta's uncle Robert had a bit of a reputation. It was nothing bad, but he was just known as being very peculiar. So the people in town, they would go on to say that he's been touched by the fairies.
Okay.
For his peculiarity. And not in a whimsical, funny, cute, silly way.
Not?
No.
Oh, no. I'm not liking this. Go on.
So apparently...
What's his trauma?
What's his trauma? Back in the day, Robert probably went through a lot. But apparently, Robert had been finding coins, real silver coins, and they were always left on the same stone outside his cottage every single morning. And it's not just once or twice or even 3 or 4 times. This has been going on for years. Why can't we get that?
How many silver coins does this motherfucker have?
Oh, he fucking built them up. So every dawn, he'd wake up.
3 million.
It probably stacked away in his fucking house doing nothing. So every dawn, he'd wake up, go out to the mossy stone by the garden gate, and there it was. 1 10-penny piece, polished and gleaming, and he put it in a jar, and as a small thank you to whoever or whatever was leaving it, I guess he left, I think he left honey. Sorry, I didn't write it down. Moving on. Now, after Uncle Robert explained what was happening, Henrietta was skeptical, as most of us would be. So she decided to stay a few nights. I would never.
She couldn't like set up a camera.
I know, right?
You would never.
Yeah,
you would jump into a fairy
1900s.
circle and you wouldn't check this out.
I wouldn't stay at my uncle's house for nights on end.
No, me neither. Like even like visiting your uncle is
It's a lot.
That is a thing of the past.
It's like maxed out.
No, like visiting your great uncle that
Your
lives
great
alone,
uncle.
that's known as being peculiar.
No.
No.
Oh, let me see what Uncle Robert's got going on. He's been weird. The townfolk have been talking about him again.
Weird Uncle Rob.
What's going on? Mm-hmm. It's always Uncle Rob. That's weird.
Always weird Uncle Rob.
So, as she was skeptical, she decided to stay a few nights, and she wanted to see this fairy generosity for herself. The first night, nothing unusual happened. It kept the skepticalism, whatever that word is. Skepticism has kept that alive. So the second was different. At one point, she was just being aware of her surroundings. She ends up swearing she hears faint music, but she can't quite put a finger on exactly what type of music it was that she was hearing, whether it be a flute maybe. But she can just make out that it's something lilting and low coming from the woods. I would have been out. And
is she outside?
So she notices this music, and I think she just kind of is like trying to listen to see where it's coming from, and she maybe peeks outside. The story doesn't really say. It's just that she ends up pinpointing that the music is coming from these woods.
Okay. I'm scared.
And on the third night,
okay, go home.
she noticed that her uncle's lantern light seemed to flicker. It's not from wind, but from something moving outside. Just before dawn, she looked outside the window toward that stone and saw what she later described as a flicker of gold, like a candlelight in motion, bending low as though it placed something down. And when she ran outside, the figure was gone.
Duh.
But the coin, freshly minted, shining against the moss, was there. So over time, her uncle started keeping those coins under his pillow. He said that it would bring him luck. But as we learned, the faiths have rules, right? So you never take too much from them and you never forget to give back. But as the story goes, one night he didn't. He didn't say thank you or give a thanks. He forgot. Maybe he was tired. Maybe he got careless. But the next morning, there was no coin. And the morning after that, still nothing. And then eventually, Henrietta comes by to find his cottage door wide open, his bed empty, and his pillow still indented. But there was a faintest circle of moss where his head had just been. Some say the fairies took him back, reclaiming the favor he owed. Others say he just wandered into the woods, never came home. But those who live near the coast still swear on a certain foggy morning, if you walk past the old ruins of Robert's cottage, you'll find a silver coin sitting in the moss.
Kidnapped him over a 10 pence?
Yeah.
One?
A singular one. For not saying thank you.
He didn't leave
You're
honey.
coming home with me.
One time. Her great uncle.
Yep.
In 1900s.
Yep.
Death store any day.
Absolutely.
Obviously. That's some shit.
I know. They're like, you really couldn't say thank you that one time?
You're going to give me my tablespoon of honey?
Where is it? Robert, we had a fucking deal here, Robert. You broke the fucking deal, guy. You're coming home with me now.
Robert.
You're going to see what it's like to miss up on a thank you.
Can you say it in a Irish accent?
You'll see what it's going to like to be mixed up on this thank you.
Amazing. Wait. I want to say, what do you want to say in Irish accent? Short. Morning.
Father. Bat.
Palm.
Lot.
Cloth. Stop. We're killing it.
We're natives. Fine.
Time. Align. What is this? There's like aware.
If Nick fixes his 6 sisters.
If Nick fixes his 6 sisters. No, that sounded like Edgar Hoover. J. Edgar Hoover. No, JFK.
What's his name? Edgar Allan Poe.
I can't believe you just said that.
I
said his name today.
You said his name, Edgar Allan Poe?
Yeah, what are the odds?
That is a really, actually, that's a weird odd.
That's a weird reference. That's a weird reference. And I even referenced him incorrectly. Specific.
Oh my God.
I did it incorrectly because Kevin said something stupid. God, what did he say?
Do that.
He essentially said something stupid, and I'm like, "Why is a raven like a writing desk?" And he's like, "What?" I was like, "What?" I'm like, "Just like, why is a raven like a writing desk?" It's essentially what you're saying to me. And I'm like, "It's Edgar Allan Poe." And he goes, "What?" And then I looked up. It was Alice in Wonderland.
See,
Twas not Edgar Allan
To be
Poe.
fair, wouldn't have gotten that reference for either reason.
I know. I was trying to flex my intellect at him. I was like, that was... and I was wrong.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Always flex.
Always flex. Keep him down. Keep him humble.
Keep him down. Keep him humble. Right on the ground is where they belong. So
Uncle Henrietta.
That was it.
R.I.P.
R.I.P.
That was a great tale. I'm going to tell that to my kids because what I feel is that something like that has a meaning.
That's why you should always say thank you, otherwise you'll get shot.
I don't know.
That woman. Have you seen that woman? Have you heard about her? She was just in there's a woman that was in the parking lot. No. Marshall. She was at a Marshall's. She was leaving. Got in an argument with somebody for holding the door open and didn't say thank you. And then they ended up going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, spilled into another store, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. She apparently threw something at her. She was like a little bit rambunctious too. But then she got shot. Dead.
I wouldn't drag it on to multiple stores.
Parking lot. Her daughter was with her. Yeah, it's crazy.
But I have said things to people in public like that. Like, when we were in Rhode Island, we went to Providence once, Kevin and I, and it was in December, and
cute.
It was so cute. And then we went to Starbucks, I think, on the corner because I really had to use the bathroom.
Cute.
And we were walking out, and it was like a very busy street, right? And then I held the door open, and like Kevin.
Did you get stuck? Did Kevin get stuck?
No. I actually held the door open because I noticed an older man was coming in.
Nice.
And then Kevin was behind me, but I think he was confused, and like I don't know, we got out of there before holding it open. Whatever. He made a comment under his breath to Kevin. And I was like, "Excuse me, you old fuck? Who do you think you're talking to?" And whatever. Kevin's like, "Oh my God." I'm like, "I don't know who this fucking man thinks he is. You think everybody..." I literally went like that. He was like such a dick. So I need to be careful.
You should. It is scary out there. To be fair, I almost ran a man off the road today because he wouldn't let me merge.
No, that seems legitimate.
So we all have our grace that we need to, acknowledge, live with, love.
Live, laugh, love.
I deserve it.
Probably like 85% of my drive without my headlights on.
Here.
No.
I've done that before.
After work. So from Farmingdale to Sayville.
Yeah. But that's not fair because other carts light the road for you.
They
if you're on the expressway.
But I brought it to the mechanic, and I always keep my lights on auto. Yeah. And they switched it. So like, how am I supposed to know?
They did that on purpose.
But some crazy truck, like a pickup truck, drove next to me, and I was like, "He's driving all crazy and shit." I was like swerving a little bit because I was trying to open a protein bar, but he got up next to me, and I was like waiting for what he said, and he was like gesturing to me, and then he went like, and I was like, "Not a clue. I do not know what you're saying." I was like,
"Hi."
And then he just flew. And I'm like, okay, not a clue, didn't know anything. And then I went to Target. And then when I was leaving Target, I was like,
realized.
I'm like, it's a little dark.
These lights weren't on. What a nice man for trying to help.
I was like, maybe he was trying to help me. I was like, I don't even do the road rage. The road rage finds me. It really does.
Well,
okay, well, we brought you on a journey today.
We did. We gave you an amazing journey.
We gave you a look behind the curtain of our fucked up minds. Absolutely. We're tired.
We are.
We're tired. It is a great month, but we love it, and we hate it. We love everything. We hate everything. It's amazing.
Putting ourselves thin to meet that thin veil to see the other. I don't know what the fuck.
I was like, what? But you know what we will do?
We'll catch you in the shadows.
Stay ghouly. Oh my God. Jamie, you're going to need to cut this out.
I'll cut it right out. This won't be no problem.